Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's session on advertising your business with targeted social media ads using Boost. We appreciate you being here, and since this program is optional, all best practices discussed on this demonstration are for your consideration. If you are thinking of adopting any of them, please make sure to review the requirements in your area with your broker or branch manager, including those related to contacting consumers. We do want to highlight the importance of the Telephone Consumer Protection Act, better known as TCPA. The general rules are that it's okay to call people if the person recently gave you their phone number, but remember to check the do not contact list regularly if you haven't spoken to that person in a while. You'll also want to check these DNC lists anytime you don't have permission. Automated calling/texting platforms should never be used. Pre-recorded messages and artificial voices should never be used as well. You'll be personally liable for any violations of the TCPA. Now, when it comes to the do not contact system within Coldwell Banker Realty, there's a quick way to find out whether an individual is on any of these do not contact lists. To do so, you're going to go ahead and sign into Desk, find our do not contact tile and click on that. As you can see in step 3, we have our enter in a phone number, fax, or email. Once you've gone ahead and entered that in, you can see in step number 4, it'll highlight that that particular phone number is on the federal do not call list. So you can use this for emails and fax numbers as well. With that said, let's talk about today's value proposition when it comes to Boost. Now, Boost helps automate your digital advertising strategy so you can enjoy more face time with clients. With Boost, you can customize listing and agent promotional ads, which is what we'll talk about today, track engagement and reach, build an online presence, and so much more. When it comes to Boost, some of the key features here, it is the social media vendor for listing concierge, but there's also that opportunity to create DIY options outside of the listing concierge program. And when it comes to ads, there are a couple different ones. We talked about the aforementioned agent promos before, but when it comes to listings, you can also do past sales, price improvements, open houses, or just your standard listing ad as well. Now, with that said, Boost by HomeSpotter is going to be using your ad on Facebook, Instagram, and the web. You can see some of the examples here on this slide. They include CNN, HGTV, Forbes, ESPN, and the list goes on. And the great thing about Boost, right, it's already tracking people who are already looking at real estate based off of their past search history, and it's also basing them off of their location, right? And we'll talk about how you can search for different areas within your Boost ad demographics, so that this way you're reaching the people that you want to reach. So today's agenda, we're going to talk about creating an agent promotional ad, defining your audience, and then taking a look at the landing pages and where to manage these possible leads as well. Now, with that said, let's hop into a live demonstration on how to create a personal promotion ad with Boost. So with that said, I'm going to head on over to Desk. And we talked about the do not contact tile before in our earlier slides, so I just want to point that out as well. So we have our do not contact tile here. And once again, this is where you can type in any of those phone numbers, emails, fax numbers to see if any of your contacts are on the do not contact list or any do not contact list. Okay. So with that said, when it comes to finding Boost, right, there's a couple of quick ways in which you can find it as opposed to scrolling through all of your tiles. You can either select this find an app rectangle right here at the top, and you can just type in Boost, and our tile will populate here. You can also do the same thing up top here where it says, what would you like to find today? Once again, just go ahead and type in Boost, and underneath the app section, you'll see where it says Boost. Okay, so then in this instance, we're going to go ahead, we're going to click on our tile, and this will be pretty similar to the home screen that you will see when you log into Boost. Now, before we go into creating our ad, just one thing to note here is when it comes to editing your profile, there are a couple of things that you do want to keep in mind. So with that said, click on your headshot up here in the top right. We're going to go ahead and select account settings. We'll let that load. And this is where you can change your photo, name, the license number for agents will be grayed out. It'll just pull from your Coldwell Banker home system, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, one of the big things here is when it comes to Boost notifications and preferences. By default, the ad unlock notifications and the ad reactions are unchecked. So what you want to make sure that you're doing is checking these both off so that if anybody interacts with your ad, whether that's them liking something on Facebook or something else, you're getting notified of it. Or maybe they are unlocking photos on a listing ad, those kind of things. You want to make sure that these are both checked off. Once you've got that, go ahead, select Save and Changes. It's also within this admin setting, and you can't see it on mine, but this is also where you can change what your Facebook is going to be. So if you want to keep with the Coldwell Banker Facebook Facebook profile as your advertiser on social media, that's perfectly fine, especially if maybe you don't have, say, a Facebook account, or maybe you feel like your Facebook account's not built up to where you want to be. That could be just another potential reason on why you might not go ahead and do that. Okay, so let's go back to creating our ads. So now that we're back on our home page, I'm going to scroll ahead to our self-promo ad section and select the blue button for set up your campaign. Okay, so this is our ad draft section. This is where we can see what our ad's going to look like on Facebook and Instagram, as well as the web, as well as our landing page as well. And if I scroll through these, right, I can see what each one currently looks like. Now, if I scroll down here to the right, this is where we can pretty much see the outline of what we're going to cover today and how we're building this ad. First things first, you'll see the special offer of either the monthly subscription, right, which is going to be $99 for static. It's going to be a little bit more about video, and I'll talk about that here in a little bit. We also have the 3 months for the price of 2 as well. So if I did select that, you can see it would be $199. That would be for the 3 months. And then after that, it's $99. So either way. Okay. So if I want to change my ad creative, I can go ahead over to this green edit link button and click that. Now with that said, this is where I can update the agent photo, and I can update the background as well. So with that said, when it comes to this, if you want to alter your backgrounds from what Boost already has in its library, you can select that option, and this is the gallery that we've got access to. So you can see I can, change those ads out as I see fit. I will say, just be cognizant too that if you are working within a metro or a region or a state that requires you to have your license number on there, that it is there. So with that said, I'll go ahead and hit save and update. And then I can go down here and then I can change the text as well. So if I want to change the proverbial headline, I can do that here. If I want to change the title, which is right here, I can do that too. Then we've got our Facebook link description so people can contact me today. Okay. That's kind of our call to action, if you will. Now, with that said, if you want to upload a new photo, you can do that too. And if you want to upload your own ad, you can do that as well. And typically that's what I would recommend as well. So we have our Facebook image here, right? You can see like the different specs that they'll need. So this will be for Facebook and Instagram. And then we have the web image. And it's going to specify the sizes that we need. So for social media, it's going to be 1200 by 628 pixels. That's wide by tall. And then for the web, it's 300 by 250. Again, wide by tall, and that's both in pixels. So in this case, when it comes to content for these two particular elements, you can get those from, MarketQuest is a great one, and that's what I'll use today. But you can, also check out some of the other, resources that we have, within Desk, whether that's Design Concierge, Marketing Center, etc. Okay, so I'm going to click on our Facebook image, select the browse option. Okay, got my photo here, the #1 story from MarketQuest. Now, if you're downloading them from MarketQuest, they're already be built to spec, so you don't have to worry about kind of zooming in, zooming out. I'm going to slide over our toggle here, saying that I have full rights to the image uploaded, right? So you want to make sure that you've got the permissions to use that photo or creative graphic. And then we're going to do the same for the web. Again, slide our toggle over, and then hit save and update. Okay, so we've got our new static ads in here. Again, we want to be careful on the web ads for those states that are required to have their license number on there. So if you're one of those, make sure that the MarketQuest graphic has that on there. If not, maybe consider using a different image. Okay, so with that said, we also have the ability to use video. So if I go ahead and toggle that over, right, some of the benefits of going video, right, proven to be 5 times more effective. So you're going to get more exposure. That way, the cost is also going to be a little bit higher as well. Just note that when it comes to video, this is going to be for social media only. This is not going to be for the website portion. So, for example, even though, right, we have a little bit of a video going on here for social, if I go to the web ad, right, it's going to be that static image. Okay, so if I want to use video, right, I can go ahead and select edit video. And just like our static photo ad, I can also select different backgrounds from the library that Boost has. Once again, right, I also have the ability to change out the video headline. Right, so this is going to be on the actual video itself. Agent phone number, right, we can put that in real quick. Email, license number as well, so you can see the video here. Now, if I want to upload my own video, I can do that too. So in this case, I can go ahead, I can browse for video. Right, and there's a couple different formats that I have here. I have our horizontal option. I do have a portrait option as well. So that's up to you. You can see here in our descriptions that it can be one of 3 different aspect ratios, which is the landscape, which is what I'm uploading now, a square, or a portrait. And typically, right, best practices as suggested by Boost is that your video is going to be 20 seconds or less. So this one, a little bit over this one, I got it from Morpheus, which is out of that Marketing Center platform. So again, that's a great place, to try and find videos as well. So just kind of keep that in mind too. There's ones that you can quickly do that already, just require you to put in your information as an agent, whether that's license number, contact info, etc. So those are going to be the ones that say end card customized. Okay. So once we've got our video all loaded in, we can go ahead and slide this over as well. Again, we have the full rights to use this video. You can also see the new costs, right? So by month, it's going to be $174. If you're going to do the 3 months for the price of 2, then it's $350. Okay. So with that said, next up, we have our billing information. So this is where you go ahead and put in your billing info. Now, where should our ad clicks go? By default, Boost creates a landing page for you. So this is a great way to collect leads. So that this way you can reach out to those who want to get, the value of their home or something else. Additionally, if you want to put in your own link, you can do that too. So, and maybe, heading back to that, that's a situation where maybe if you have a website where it also collects leads, that could be one option. So kind of just keep that in mind when you're kind of picking where your leads should go once they click on your ad. Okay, So then who will see this ad? So if I go ahead and select edit here, right, then we can select the different areas. And in this case, right, it's probably going to be the areas that you service. Unless if your ad, maybe focuses on like wanting to buy homes in, like in this case, Santa Barbara, right? So if I'm just kind of appealing to the local masses, right, maybe I'm servicing up in the valley up here. Maybe I'm going to Ventura, and you can pick up the 5 different areas as well. And then once again, let's just say maybe my ad was more focused on buying homes in Santa Barbara as opposed to like how much my home is worth. Then, right, you could also target areas maybe not as close, right? Maybe trying to appeal to folks might want warmer, climate weather, if you will. Okay. So we're going to go ahead, save that, right? So we have our different ads here. If I scroll a little bit further down, then you can see once again the different examples of locations and where this ad might be featured. You can also add next door as well. Then you can see the preview for the next door ad. And then once you've added your payment method, you can go ahead and then order the ad and run it. Typically, it takes about 24 hours to kind of load out there and get propagated into the various channels. And then you'll also see that within your dashboard as well, where you can see how your ad is performing. So with that said, I'm going to head back to the home screen, and I'm going to go ahead and see if I can find a similar type of promo ad just so you can see what it might look like on the back end as well. And I will say that's the one thing about Boost too, like if you're going through that self promo ad, then it's going to be one of those ones where you're going to have to back out if you don't go ahead and purchase that ad. Okay. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and switch my profile just real quick so you can see the back end of what this type of promo ad looks like. Okay, so now that I've switched profiles, I'll show you just quickly what one of these agent type promos on the back end would look like. So in this instance, right, we can see that it's currently running, the number of clicks it's gotten, ad views, running time, the plays, times viewed, right? So overall 2 hours and 23 minutes. You can also see, right, the locations which the ad is kind of targeting and focusing on. If you need to edit your campaign, you can do that as well. If I scroll down, I can see what that ad would look like, right? So this is what it looks like on social media. Again, right, that web ad's going to be static. So again, just a quick place in which you can see how things are going in regards to your ad. Okay, gonna back out here. And then that wraps up today's demonstration on Boost and creating the self promo ads and how you can go back there and see how your ads are performing. With that said, let's head back as I do want to talk about a couple of other things as well. I did want to remind you of our next available appointment service where you can book a 20-minute solution-oriented virtual appointment with one of our 100+ marketers in as little as 2 business hours. You can book these appointments for support on a dozen of core marketing tools at nextavailableappointment.com.